Next on our trip through Indiana, we stop at a little town called Crawfordsville, where you can find small town shops and a friendly atmosphere. We, however, are going to one particular place where you wouldn't want to spend a lot of time, the Crawfordsville Rotary Jail. It's the only full functional Rotary Jail left in the world. So what is a Rotary Jail? We're visiting with Matt Salzman, the executive director, to find out more.
They had the design made for the Rotary Jail, and they would sell it to rural counties. They really targeted rural counties because they wanted to have this jail for districts that had very small populations and wanted to save on costs. The way that this works is that you really only need 1 or 2 guards.
The fact that the jail only needed 2 guards to operate made it very appealing to rural Montgomery County, Indiana. The Montgomery County Rotary Jail opened in 1882 as an intended solution to the problem of housing prisoners safely and efficiently. The cell block could be rotated by a single man and a hand crank. The crank is connected to gears beneath the structure, which rotates the entire cell block. This is the same system that is used to turn train cars around today. The cells are wedge-shaped pieces, forming a circle around the crank. There are also 2 other types of cells, the maximum security cell and the women's cell. In the basement, workers would burn coal to help heat the cells above during the winter months. This didn't seem to help much, though, as reports of frostbite among inmates were common. The infirmary was originally designed to be used as a place for injured inmates, but after construction, it was realized that going up a few flights of stairs with a prisoner who had a broken leg was not the best idea. Connected to the jail was the sheriff's home.
Whoever was the sheriff would live here with his wife and their kids if he was married. The wife generally would be the matron of the house, so she would be in charge of all of the cooking for the prisoners, and if it was her decision to, also for the guards. But they would all live here with their children in the house. The reason being for that is that when it was built, obviously there were no automobiles, so crime happened there every hour, so they needed the sheriff to be on scene at all times at the jail. So they built a house for him at the jail.
The house included gas as well as electricity, because at the time it was built, electricity was coming to Crawfordsville, but wasn't available yet. The pie-shaped rotary cells were convenient for less staff, but they did have their problems.
Prisoners would do pretty much anything to escape. One of the key features of this jail is that the bars don't spin, but everything in the interior does. So what prisoners would do is stick their arms or legs outside of the bars while the mechanism was spinning. This would lead to broken arms and broken legs, and they would have to be taken out to go to the doctor, and it was really a good situation for a lawsuit against the county.
Eventually, the jail was considered unsafe because of the risk of prisoners sticking their arms and legs through the bars, and the fact that the jail had no safe way to evacuate for fires. Because of this, the jail was shut down. The jail's unique structure as a rotary jail was the first of its kind ever to be built in the United States. Today, it stands as the only operational rotary jail structure in the world. But instead of housing prisoners, it's now a museum. Many interesting stories still reside within the mysterious walls of the Montgomery County Rotary Jail. These stories are brought to life by taking a stroll around its unique design.